Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Another day at the shop.
So we're gonna start with going over waves with you, and then after you draw some waves and get some practice in, I have a pretty short day, maybe an hour of work, hour and a half of work. We're gonna go to Lion Plaza, and there's two big stone statue of the food dogs, and we're gonna go there and snap pictures. And then after we snap the picture, me and Alex is gonna recreate that picture and turn it to sleeves. It could be a half sleeve, full sleeve. So there's two food dogs, so it's gonna be male and female. And you guys are gonna see the next part to that is us recreating it. Then we'll have it up for grabs, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Maybe you guys can buy it, and then maybe, no, I'm not gonna do it on you. Tango will do it on you.
Well, I'm gonna build my own pair of food dogs, and then Alex is gonna do his own, and I'm gonna get his art ready for up for grabs in the future. But right now, yeah.
We're working it up. That's what it is.
Guys, I just got this laptop yesterday and it took 12 hours total for it to transfer all of my data, but now we're good to go.
All right, so I'm gonna show Alex how I draw waves. I just added in a koi fish just to show like direction of how you flow wave. You know, because waves are background. You need a main subject to draw waves with. So now I'm gonna show you what I would do if this, I kind of squared it off, so think of it as like a half sleeve, you know, if this is a half sleeve, but I just squared it to make it easier for you guys to see. So let's lower the opacity of the koi so you guys kind of see me drawing waves over it. So I'm gonna do waves and background. Let me examine this photo real quick. I'm just gonna draw what I would do, okay? So the koi fish is kind of going this direction, right? So I kind of do like to flow my waves towards the same direction of the flow of the object. So if a fish is swimming this way, make sure all your waves, that's what I like to do, flow the same way. It's easier to form. And then the other part of the wind bar, go right underneath it. There it is. If this is a half sleeve, that would be the bottom. You see the whisker? Avoid the waves from hitting it, so. See, give the whisker some gap. You don't want to put waves next to thin lines because it starts to mesh together. But remember, don't ever let your waves touch each other too. Don't let things start hitting each other. Now I'm kind of like separating my waves. If I only had wave as an option, it's kind of hard not being able to twist so much. Alright, so I pretty much finished drawing just waves by itself, and let me show you once I start erasing everything how it looks. So that's how the koi would look with waves if my client just wanted waves. If you guys are wondering why my koi fish doesn't have scales, I like to draw the koi fish without scales, stencil it on the client, and then outline everything, and then I will freehand the scales on after, because I feel like two things that should be freehand is waves. Freehand the waves on the client. It flows a lot better than you placing a stencil down. And you know, when you're new, yes, use a stencil to have a structure to follow. But over time, once you learn waves, it's easier to flow the waves with the muscle, and it looks way better than a stencil. That's how I see it. And same with scales. With scales, if you had it drawn out and you stenciled on them, the scales always look kind of warped once you tat it on them, because it's kind of like a piece of paper and you put it on, and it's molding with your arm. That you drew it flat, scales flat surface, and now it's on your arm. It doesn't look right. So I tend to just freehand all the scales. But you know what? Here's an extra thing. I'm just gonna draw the scales on right now so you guys can see how I draw scales. I basically just put the middle to the middle. Look, it's going to the middle. But you have to kind of mold it with the fish. Get it? Now you're curving the scale with the fish. So that's the hard part. It looks easy when I'm doing it, but you'll get your day, bro. You're gonna get your day. Look at that. That's the scales, and then let's do this part. So now that the scale's done, look at that. It's starting to come out, right? The koi's missing some of the details in the fins. So let me show you. It's just like a fan. You kind of fanned it out. See? Look at that. Just imagine if the client comes and you're like, the client requested for koi fish and waves, and he's like, hey, you mind throwing a little bit cherry blossom in it? I'm like, sure, why not? And I'll show you where I would put it right now. So I will put one blossom here. Now you understand why it's important. I'm training you how to draw cherry blossoms. So some of this stuff where it's like your stencil and everything on, just freehand it on them. There's certain things you just need to know how to freehand, and I'm just showing you everything. Mainly like waves and like smaller filler stuff. But yeah, this can be a piece ready to go. Pretty much a stencil. That's just me showing you if they wanted to add blossom, but I would have kept it like that and just boom, add it. For Alex, when he starts tattooing, I would like him to do a koi fish, because when I first started, my first piece was a koi fish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm down.
You too?
Yeah.
Your first piece? I feel like everyone starts off with a koi fish.